That's right, that's a nice introduction. So this is my clap alternative. There you go. So you don't have to clap in between poems, so that's your fault. So my first poem, it might be illegal actually. This poem might be illegal, and if I get arrested while performing this, doing this performance, and I get carted off by the police, I'll try and put up a really good struggle, so you're all really entertained, you know, because you need to get your money's worth. So I'll have to like tussle with them. So this is called Warplanes. The plane was well trained to go into battle, a risk being shot down by the enemy. But it wasn't prepared for being sprayed red, and now it's got PTSD. The government said it was outrageous that a plane should experience such terror. And the protesters who did it have now been banned, and all warplanes in the world feel much better. Thank you. So far, no coppers around, is there? I don't think, I've got away with it. Unless there's anyone here like, on their phone and like, oh, we better get down here quick. Right. This is my ode to the youth. I'm waiting to see what the young people do. And I apologise, I lost my voice a little bit actually. So I was all playing a hardcore band and I had to do some recording. And I was doing some sort of like real proper screaming, passionate screaming on Wednesday night. And then I could hardly speak yesterday. And I was thinking, oh shit, I've got a poetry gig. What am I going to do? But it has come back, so it's lucky. I'm waiting to see what the young people do. My generation has their heads in the sand. Some of them emerged from the sand, it's true, but not enough to challenge the status quo. I'm waiting to see what the young people do, who are drowning in information. Will they decipher or suffocate in it? I'm hoping there'll be an inspiration. I'm waiting to see what the young people do. This world is not ours, it's theirs. Our crimes are so blatant, my generation must have contempt considering the youth stupid regarding world affairs. I'm waiting for the young people to take over and fight those that kick in their teeth. Just don't include me in that number. Have some mercy on me, please. I'm hoping young people take control, just like I wanted to in my youth. I'm on your side. Please don't punish me. Don't hang me from the nearest lamppost. Okay, this is this is called Rainforest Wood. In the rainforest, there stood the most amazing ancient trees. They were thousands of years old. They were some of the most majestic any of the loggers had ever seen. The trees were used to make the most exquisite garden furniture at the absolute high end of outdoor fashion. Costing tens of thousands of pounds, they were admired by all who sat in them for 5 minutes. After a few years, this incredible furniture became unfashionable and was replaced with a stunningly gorgeous, brand new garden table and chair set. The old furniture was thrown into the back of a garage for a while, then dumped on a skip with other rubbish. The skip company pulled the garden furniture out, assessed its worth, and decided it was too hideous to be resold. It got sent for recycling, was chipped up, and became stud walling in a new build somewhere. Meanwhile, back in the rainforest, near to where the ancient tree had once stood, a twig had been stuck in the ground in a responsibly managed way. This is called Poisoned by Porn. If anyone sees any porn these days, you might understand why it's called that. So struck down with a floppy cock. Girlfriends tell you not to worry. They're nice and kind about it. Take your time, we're in no hurry. But it doesn't matter how much time you've got, because the only thing that gets you hot is watching misogynistic porn. Without it, you can't get the horn. Beautiful girls in romantic settings leave you panicky and sexually fretting. Nights of genuine love and passion stop you getting an erection. Because what turns you on is a gang of men, their dicks pointing at one numb woman. And with a united chorus of grunts, they bond in the ultimate bromance. And the damage is done. Your libido is ruined. You've poisoned your brain with what you're viewing. And the punishment for your depraved shame, you'll never have loving natural sex again. And this is an ode to, so I did a gig quite a few years ago actually, and I think there were some cocaine poets at this gig. So this is called Cocaine Poets. Cocaine poets, they've got a lot to say, often to an empty room, once the punters have wandered away. The cocaine poet has spoken, words diarrhea pretty chronic. Good luck getting them off the mic. They think they just got on it. Anyone know anything about cocaine? You know, sort of, some people probably don't in here. If you know anything about people doing cocaine. Yeah. Right. This is a request by James. This is called Roadkill. So I don't know if... I'm one of these people that when I'm driving around, if I see something on the road, I think, oh shit, poor thing, you know, being run over. And then I get nearer and it's like a bag or something. I'm like, phew. So this is called Roadkill and it's about that sort of thing. Driving along, we saw a poor squashed jumper by the edge of the road. I stopped and lifted it gently to the verge. I didn't want its owners to find it like that. Further down the road, we came across a flattened carrier bag. It looked lifeless, so again we stopped and I did the right thing, scooping into my arms while a passing car got a bit too close for comfort. A few miles further, and a large sod of mud lay crushed in the middle of the road. Oh, that poor sod. I couldn't just leave it there, so again I got out of my car to move it. This time I needed a shovel to scrape it up as it had been run over several times, leaving quite a mess. Feeling pleased with myself, I drove on, and we didn't see any more poor unfortunates until later that night, when on a particularly busy section of motorway, we glimpsed a very squashed cardboard box in the rear-view mirror. Thinking only of its poor owners having to find it in that condition, I pulled over immediately and was nearly hit by a lorry. Ignoring the constant sounding of horns, I stepped into the pitch blackness and began peeling the box off the tarmac. Not easy, as bits of box were splattered everywhere. I frantically ran about collecting as much of the box's remains as possible. This time, I put the box in the car and resolved to find its owner. Maybe it was microchipped. I would check in the morning. Thank you. You don't have to clap. The singer will do the job. Honestly, it's fine. Okay. This is another James domestic request. So I'm quite into Buddhism, and if anyone knows anything about Buddhism, spiritual enlightenment, it's like one of those really taboo subjects within Buddhism. Like the whole thing about Buddhism is to become enlightened, but we don't talk about that though. You know, what is enlightenment? Ooh, don't mention it. So this is about that. It's called Enlightenment. So spiritual enlightenment is really serious. Don't ever talk about it. Talking about it stops enlightenment existing. Enlightenment can easily be devalued. It can be reduced in quality by the amount of people who become enlightened. Because the more enlightened people there are, the less enlightenment is worth. And we don't want enlightenment inflation, do we? If you are lucky enough to become enlightened, never talk about it. Pretend you are not enlightened. Act like a prick so no one knows. That way, enlightenment stays special. But anyway, it's impossible to become enlightened. No one is really enlightened. Well, maybe 10 people in the whole world are. I'm one of them. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It's not true. There's no such thing as enlightenment, except for 10 people who are, in the whole world. I've met them all. They were very nice. They recognised me straight away. We had everything in common. Unlike you lot, I have nothing in common with you lot. I sit on my light golden throne and look down on you lot. That said, I can hardly see you anyway. I'm so blinded by the white light that bathes me wherever I go. And I can't hear anything you say either, as my head is constantly enveloped by hundreds of flying angels blowing their bloody trumpets in my ear. Thank you very much. I'm going to finish. This is called Shiny Pretty Things. About consumerism, really. As a baby, I was given shiny, pretty things. As a child, I was driven by shiny, pretty things. As an adult, I possessed shiny, pretty things. They were the route to happiness, available for the asking. But I soon saw through the scam, because those shiny, pretty things over time would lose their shine, becoming dull and boring things. No longer could I kid myself there's any more to material wealth than a brief endorphin rush, followed by more wanting. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the night.